Hey, it's Talk It Out Thursdays where we talk about what we're talking about and then we talk it out. So tonight I just wanted to talk briefly about an issue that came up for me recently. Now, little background story. First of all, I know I've been gone. I am so sorry, y'all. I have been gone from the scene for a little while. I have not done a YouTube video in forever. And I'll tell you why in a second. But there's so much that has happened, so much that has gone on. And I want to make sure that I do more of these type of videos going forward. So here's what we're doing. There's a segment, and I started these on Instagram. So it's called Talk It Out Thursdays, and it's just an opportunity for me to bring up a topic of the week that has happened, and hopefully someone else can benefit from these conversations. You can also hit me up in the comment section. So here's what happened, okay? I've been gone for a little while because I graduated from grad school in May and I got a job in July in my field. So I've been busy working. I've been busy getting myself ready to take this exam for my professional licensure. And so there's been a lot that's been going on. I did a conference, a relationship conference. And so lots has happened. Now, this video is about something that happened today. Earlier today, I was in a discussion with my husband, and he basically said to me, you've been working late hours, and, I feel like you're stressed out. I feel like, I don't get to spend time with you, and you're tired, and, he brought up some other things. And so when he brought these things up, the old me would have gotten very defensive. The old me would have been like, man, what you talking about? It ain't that serious or whatever. But because of what he said, I could actually hear past what he was saying to the main message he was trying to convey, which is he missed me. I knew that he missed me, and I miss him too. But I also knew that our schedules have shifted. And so instead of hearing it defensively, I heard it for what it was. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and hear him out. And then I'll talk to him about ways we can solve it later, which would be later. And so he talked to me a little while, and we were commuting to work. So it wasn't really, a time to solve it at that moment. But I heard him. And I have some of the same concerns. We just recently had a date night Sunday. And so that came about because I was feeling the same thing he communicated to me. Our schedules have been crazy. Haven't had chance to really take some time with each other. And so Sunday, I made the effort to do that. And so I did. Now, he brought it up today. And I was like, wow, I didn't. At first, I didn't think about what he was saying. I heard him, but I didn't think about it. I hadn't thought about it before in the terms that he was using it, in the experience that he was having. I wasn't having that same experience in that moment, but I could understand what he was saying. And so for me, a lot of reflection took place. I'm like, you know what? I want to make sure that I'm not setting us up for failure. So I'm not going to try and solve it right now, but I will highlight the fact that we are already in the process of solving it because we're going to focus on doing date nights. This is why I'm bringing it up to you. At this moment, my whole discussion is, how do we stop and take a moment for each other? Because life happens, jobs happen, children happen. We're not at that stage yet, but children happen. And, if we're not on the same page now about spending time and taking time for one another, you can imagine what it would be like if we had children. That's just an additional layer that we would have to work around. And so you want to have, ideally, in a relationship, a person or people would and should strive for that balance before they bring children in, so that they already know what it looks like. And I'm glad we had this experience without children, so we know what it looks like when we're missing each other, and we know what it looks like when we're not prioritizing each other. That'll be in the back of my mind from now until forever, because I want to make sure that the two of us are a priority. And that means that we have to work towards that. You have to put effort into it. And so my challenge to you all is to put effort into your relationship. Put effort into maintaining you two as the priority. Because if you don't, you'll create dissatisfaction. You'll create an opportunity for one or both of you to try and solve for that by yourself. Meaning there might be infidelity, there might be, addictions that come up. There might be many things that surface because of that person trying to solve or fill a void that's there. So hear the information that's being shared and then collectively work to do something about it, so that there's nothing that's negative or unhealthy for your relationship that can be nurtured and grow, because you're not taking care of each other. You're not prioritizing each other. So that's the challenge that I'm going to issue to you all. Prioritize each other. It may look glim. It may look, like you can't do it or there's too much going on. But I challenge you to take a step back, look at your mate, look at your schedules, and each week look at a new opportunity. Hey, we don't have anything going on Sunday morning. Let's just sit and chill. Let's just go to the, coffee shop or walk around the park or whatever you decide to do. Let's just sit and have a conversation, whatever it is. But you want to take the time to prioritize each other, whether you have children or whether you have, careers that are in opposite directions. Make sure you're prioritizing each other. Because if you don't, you can't have a healthy team without nurturing it and without fueling it. And this is where I interject myself and tell you, I miss the mark. Sometimes he misses the mark sometimes. But at the end of the day, we prioritize each other. We make sure that it's known, hey, this is an issue. Let's try and fix it. That's my challenge to you. In the moment, hear what's being said. Understand that you have the ability to change it, and work together to solve it. Work together to solve and make sure that you are each other's priority. First priority. That's all I have today. Thanks for talking it out with me.